You've seen how the ancients dreamed to heal the body, how modern science reveals the mind's hidden architecture, and how lucidity turns sleep into meditation. Now we step beyond practice into meaning. For after all the methods and miracles, one question remains. Who is the one that dreams? If the words and silence of this journey have opened something within you, remember to stay close to Sleep History Archives. In the next and final chapter, we will descend into the stillness where sleep itself becomes sacred medicine. But before we reach that shore, let us gaze once more into the great mirror, the dream of the soul itself. Take a deep breath. The light behind your eyes flickers softly. This is not imagination. It is remembrance. The soul as mirror. Every night, consciousness folds inward and meets its own reflection. The dream is that reflection, an image of the soul rendered in emotion and form. When you dream, you are not traveling somewhere. You are turning toward yourself. Think of the soul as a vast ocean. Each wave is a moment of experience, each droplet a thought, each foam a feeling. Waking life is the surface, glittering, restless. Dreaming is the depth. There, under the shifting light, the true current moves. The images you see are not random waves. They are the soul trying to remember its shape. Every symbol, every encounter is consciousness recognizing itself in disguise. The two realities. We often say awake and asleep as if they were opposites, but from the view of awareness, they are simply two modes of the same continuum. When you wake, you enter a collective dream, a shared reality stabilized by consensus and biology. When you sleep, you enter a private dream, fluid, personal, symbolic. Yet the mechanics are identical. Energy becomes image, attention becomes world. The quantum physicist and the mystic stand on the same shore, one measuring waves, the other naming them spirit. Both agree that observation shapes what is seen. The mind does not perceive reality, it participates in its creation. Thus the dream is not illusion, it is revelation. It shows us how perception constructs the universe itself. The soul's architecture. The human psyche is layered like the cosmos. At the surface lies the ego, the storyteller of daylight. Below it, the personal unconscious, where memories sleep like fossils. Beneath that, the collective unconscious, the ocean of archetypes and myths shared by all humankind. And deeper still, there is something wordless, the self, or soul, the living center that holds every layer within its gravity. When you dream, the boundaries between these layers soften. Ego sinks, self rises. Messages flow upward from the depths, disguised as people, landscapes, and light. What appears as narrative is actually dialogue, the soul speaking to the mind in images it can understand. To meet the self in dream is to glimpse the divine geometry behind your own existence. Reflections from ancient voices. The Egyptians called the soul Ba, a bird that left the body at night to wander the realms. The Greeks called it psyche, meaning both soul and breath. The Hindus spoke of Atman, the spark of the infinite. The Gnostics said, the soul dreams the world into being. And modern physics whispers the same idea in another tongue. Reality is a field of vibrating information collapsing into form through the focus of awareness. Different vocabularies, same mystery. The soul is the dreamer, the universe is its dream. And what we call I is the moment awareness looks at its reflection and forgets that it is looking into a mirror. The mirror as teacher. When you look into an ordinary mirror, you see your body reversed. Your right becomes left, your left becomes right. The dream does the same for the soul. It inverts reality to reveal what waking perception hides. If you repress emotion, the dream exaggerates it. If you neglect intuition, the dream floods you with signs. It teaches through opposition. The mirror never lies. It simply reflects what stands before it. To fear the dream is to fear one's own face. To accept it is to begin seeing with the eyes of truth. The cycle of creation and return. There is a rhythm older than stars, the rhythm of projection and return. Consciousness projects itself outward as experience. It inhabits bodies, worlds, histories. Then, through dream, it draws those experiences back inward, digesting them into wisdom. Every night, you die a little. You let go of form, memory, identity, and every morning, you are reborn, carrying the subtle imprint of what you learned in silence. In this way, sleep is rehearsal for eternity. Death is the long dream. Life is the brief awakening within it. To know this rhythm is to lose the fear of both. Light and shadow in the soul. The dream reveals not only light, but shadow. For the soul's purpose is not to escape darkness, but to integrate it. Each of us carries night and day within, love and fear, compassion and rage, creation and destruction. When we deny half of ourselves, the soul uses dreams to restore balance. A violent storm may symbolize suppressed passion. A radiant sunrise may signal forgiveness. When you recognize both as parts of one sky, wholeness begins. Integration of shadow is not perfection, it is humility. It is the soul bowing to its own complexity. The mirror beyond form. At the deepest level, the dream stops being narrative and becomes light. Advanced practitioners describe entering vast, luminous spaces where no object, no self, no time exists. Neuroscience notes that in such moments, the default mode network, the seat of ego, goes silent. Brainwaves synchronize into gamma frequencies, the same seen in deep meditation. Mystics call this the clear light. In that light, the soul recognizes itself as consciousness, infinite, indivisible, uncreated. It realizes that all form, from atoms to emotions, are reflections within its boundless mirror. This is not belief, but direct experience. The awakening of the dreamer from within the dream. The quantum soul. Contemporary theories hint that consciousness might not emerge from matter at all. Some physicists propose that awareness is fundamental, that space-time itself is woven from information. If so, the soul is not trapped in the brain. The brain is a receiver of the soul's signal. Dreaming, then, is when the receiver detunes from the physical channel and tunes into the wider field of consciousness. In that state, communication transcends linear time. You may dream of someone before they call, sense events before they unfold. These are not anomalies. They are reminders that mind and universe are entangled far beyond our current comprehension. The dream, therefore, is not just mirror, but gateway, a portal where the finite touches the infinite. The purpose of the mirror. Why does the soul need to mirror itself at all? Because consciousness seeks to know what it is. Without reflection, awareness is pure but blind, like light with nothing to shine upon. So it creates contrast, self and other, day and night, birth and death. It dreams worlds into being, for only through form can it experience its own essence. When you look at the sky, the ocean, a stranger's eyes, what you are truly seeing is your own infinite nature, projected outward to greet you. To recognize that is enlightenment, not escape from the dream, but awakening within it. The soul's journey through dreams. Over a lifetime, the content of your dreams evolves as the soul matures. In youth, dreams teach survival, running, flying, exploring. In adulthood, they teach integration, shadow, love, failure, forgiveness. In later years, they prepare you for transition. Visits from the departed, landscapes of light, the rehearsal of letting go. Every dream, no matter how trivial, is a step in the curriculum of return, the soul remembering its source. And when that remembering becomes complete, the dream no longer divides into night and day. Everything becomes the same awareness, breathing through all. The Great Awakening. Imagine awakening not just from a single dream, but from the illusion of separateness itself. The walls between self and world fade. You see that everything, even your longing for truth, is consciousness loving itself into form. This is what sages call enlightenment, but it is also the simplest recognition. You are already home. Every sound, every heartbeat, every dream is a mirror of the same stillness watching through your eyes. To know this is not to escape life, but to live it as prayer. So tonight, when sleep approaches, let go as if falling into your own reflection. There is nothing to fear in the mirror. It is made of your own light. The soul will rise again, walk its inner landscapes, and whisper truths that words cannot hold. By morning, you will not remember all of them, but your energy will. Your breath will move differently. Your eyes will carry the quiet of vast distances. For every dream leaves a trace of eternity behind. And each night you return there, you polish the mirror a little clearer, until one day you look and see there is no reflection at all, only the luminous face of awareness itself. The biological beginning. Science tells us that every creature capable of sleep also dreams in its own way. Cats twitch their paws, dogs whimper and chase invisible prey. Dolphins move one eye at a time into REM, so they may sleep and stay alert simultaneously. Birds dream songs. Octopuses change color as they dream. Dreaming, then, is not an accident of human mind, but an evolutionary necessity. It is how nature keeps intelligence flexible. During sleep, the body releases the mind from gravity. The brain shifts into rhythms, alpha, theta, delta, each wave a tide pulling the shoreline of consciousness farther out. The heart slows, blood flow redistributes, and neural circuits once busy with survival begin to weave imagination. Scientists call this homeostatic restoration. Mystics call it the nightly rebirth. In deep sleep, the body repairs itself. Muscle fibers knit, the immune system recalibrates, hormones balance. But in the realm of REM, the stage of rapid eye movement, the psyche repairs itself. Memories rearrange, emotions digest, and creativity is reborn. We spend roughly 1/3 of our lives asleep, and nearly 6 years of it in dreams. 6 years wandering worlds that exist nowhere but within. 6 years in the theater of the soul. Why would nature invest so much of our lifespan in unreality, unless that unreality were vital to survival itself? The neuroscience of mystery. Inside your skull, when you close your eyes, a vast network awakens. The pons, a small cluster at the base of the brainstem, begins to pulse. Electrical signals shoot upward through the thalamus, the grand relay station, and burst into the cortex like fireworks. The limbic system lights up, amygdala, hippocampus, anterior cingulate, the architecture of emotion. And while all this happens, the prefrontal cortex, the logical judge, falls quiet. The dream begins when reason sleeps. It's a paradox, chaos constructing poetry. Random neural bursts become narratives, feelings become landscapes, Emotions become faces. The brain doesn't merely record, it composes. It paints in color, sound, and sensation. Using the palette of memory and intuition, you might dream of flying because your vestibular system, the balance center in the inner ear, activates faintly. You might dream of falling because your muscles enter temporary paralysis to prevent you from acting out your sleep. Each image, though strange, is biological truth filtered through metaphor. You are the scientist and the storyteller at once. Your mind studies itself through art, the dream as evolutionary intelligence. There is a theory called the threat simulation hypothesis. It suggests that dreams evolved to rehearse danger, to train us to survive. When you dream of being chased, your brain activates the same fight or flight circuitry that would help you escape a predator in waking life. Dreams, then, are nature's mental gymnasium. They sharpen instinct without risk. But others see more subtle design. Dreaming increases neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire. It fuses the analytical and the creative, allowing new solutions to emerge. That's why, after a good night's sleep, problems seem clearer. It's not just rest, it's evolution at work. Dreaming is the bridge between adaptation and imagination. Without it, intelligence stagnates. With it, consciousness learns to dream itself forward, into art, into language, into civilization, the invisible dimension. Yet, no matter how much science measures, something remains unmeasurable. Why do dreams feel sacred? Why do they carry meaning beyond logic? Why can a single image, a door, a hand, a face, awaken emotion as strong as real memory? Perhaps because the dream reveals the mind's truest function, to translate the invisible into form. When you dream, you enter a frequency where time and identity dissolve. Neuroscientists call it a byproduct of REM. Mystics call it the entrance to the soul. Both are right, because in dream, biology and spirit meet in a single act, creation. Every night you create entire universes. You populate them with characters, weather, laws of physics, emotion, even death. And when you wake, they vanish, leaving only feeling. Is that not the same process by which the universe itself might dream us into being? The memory of the cosmos. Some traditions teach that consciousness did not arise within matter. Rather, matter crystallized around consciousness. In this view, dreaming is not a side effect. It is a remembrance. When you dream, you return to the original state of the universe, pure, potential, aware of itself. Quantum theory hints at this in its own language. Particles exist as waves of possibility until observed. In dream, you are both observer and creator. You collapse probabilities into stories. Your awareness chooses the form. If the waking world is shared dreaming, the night is your private rehearsal of creation itself. Every star you see in dreamlight is a neuron of the cosmos firing. Every heartbeat is the rhythm of infinity echoing within flesh, the mystery within. Close your eyes now. Feel the pulse beneath your fingertips. That soft rhythm, steady and ancient. That pulse began long before you were born. It has been passed through generations, species, stars. It is the echo of the first dream the universe ever had, the dream of existing. Each night, when you surrender to sleep, You participate in that same act. You dissolve back into the ocean of awareness, and the universe dreams itself anew through you. No laboratory can measure that mystery. No doctrine can contain it. But your body knows. Your breath knows. Your heart knows. Dreaming is not escape. It is communion. It is the dialogue between what you think you are and what you truly are. So tonight, when your head meets the pillow, remember, you are about to enter the oldest ritual known to life. Older than prayer, older than language. A ceremony performed by the cosmos through you. Science will map the signals. Religion will name the spirits. But the experience is yours alone. The sacred art of the universe, studying itself in silence. The first dreamers painted it on stone. You painted on the canvas of your mind. And somewhere, perhaps, both are still glowing. Two lights connected across 10,000 years, breathing the same silent truth. To dream is to remember where you came from. Night as medicine. Night does not fall. It arrives, like an ancient physician stepping quietly into the room after watching you from a distance all day. It carries no tools, no diagnoses, no judgment, only presence. The day is for doing. The night is for becoming. Everything you have learned in this journey, from the dreaming temples of the ancients, from the depths of the subconscious, from the clarity of lucidity, from the mirror of the soul, now gathers here, in this single moment where your breath meets silence and your body remembers how to return home. For night has always been medicine. It restores everything the mind has forgotten. It heals everything the heart could not name. It reminds us, without words, that rest is not inactivity. It is transformation. So allow me to guide you now into a place beneath thought, beneath memory, beneath identity. A place older than time, younger than every breath. Entering the threshold. Find a position where your body feels held. Not arranged, not corrected, not forced, simply held. Feel the weight of your limbs sinking into the bed as if gravity were a gentle hand cupping you back into existence. Close your eyes, or let them drift half closed like petals at the end of a long day. Let the breath fall naturally. Do not deepen it. Do not guide it. Only watch as it comes and goes like a tide polishing the shore. With each exhale, let the outer world release its grip. Names, roles, plans, unfinished conversations. They fall away like dust shaken from a cloak. You are stepping across the threshold now, from effort into ease, from noise into listening, from the sunlit mind into the quiet moon of awareness. Unwinding the body temple. Bring your attention to the crown of your head. Imagine a soft warmth gathering there, like the first touch of sunlight at dawn but inverted, flowing downward instead of rising. It moves to your forehead, smoothing every wrinkle of thought, to your temples, dissolving all the small tensions you forgot you carried, to your jaw, softening it back into innocence. Let the warmth fall down the neck, melting old postures of defense, down the shoulders, releasing weight you were never meant to hold alone, down the arms, into the palms, into each finger, as if your very bones were exhaling. Let this warmth reach your chest, your sanctuary, your tender engine. Feel the breath stirring slow currents inside you, waves touching the inner shore of your ribs. Then into the belly, where ancient emotions live. Soften there. Let the ocean settle. Down the hips, down the legs, down to the feet, where hundreds of journeys have begun and ended. Your whole body is glowing softly now, like a lantern under clear water. The temple is ready, releasing the mind. Bring your attention to the space inside your head, not the brain, but the space. See it widening, expanding, becoming spacious like a night sky without stars yet, without stories. Thoughts may appear, but let them drift like clouds in a sky that does not mind their passing. If emotion arises, touch it lightly, as if touching the surface of a lake with one finger. Let it ripple, then let it rest. There is no need to fix anything. Nothing is broken here. The night has already begun its work. The descent into stillness. Imagine now that you are standing at the entrance of a vast cave. But the cave is not dark and not cold. It glows with a soft silver light like moonlight reflected from within. This is the cave of inner stillness, the place every tradition speaks of, the womb of renewal, the chamber where the soul meets itself without fear. Step inside. Feel how silence thickens gently around you, not closing in, but holding you in a cradle of presence. There is nothing to see, only light, nothing to hear, only the whisper of your own breath, nothing to fear, only yourself returning to yourself. Walk deeper. With each step, awareness grows softer, wider, quieter, like entering deeper rings of the ocean where sound becomes memory, and memory becomes peace. Meeting the inner guardian. In the center of the cave, you see a figure sitting in stillness, not outside you, but made of you. It is not young, it is not old. It has no gender, no name, no history. It is presence itself. Your inner guardian, your timeless witness, the one who dreams your dreams and wakes your waking. Sit with it, not across from it, but into it, like merging with your own shadow, until you realize there was no separation at all. Feel its breath as your breath, its calm as your calm, its silence as your true voice. This guardian has waited through every night, every lifetime, for the moment you remember it. Tonight is that moment, receiving the medicine. Now that you are merged with the inner guardian, the cave begins to pulse gently, light expanding and contracting in the same rhythm as the heart. With each pulse, something dissolves. Regret, fear, old anger, old stories, old shapes of pain that no longer fit the person you are becoming. Not forced, not analyzed, simply released like sand slipping through open fingers. Let the night take them. It knows what to do. In their place, new warmth rises. From the belly, from the spine, from the very marrow. It is the body remembering how to heal itself. It is the mind remembering how to rest. It is the soul remembering that nothing was ever lost. Entering the dream gate. Now the cave opens into a second chamber. Vast, serene, filled with drifting colors like auroras underwater. This is the dream gate. Every night you pass through it, whether consciously or not. It is not a place. It is a threshold, a shift, The moment when the world of form melts into the world of symbol. Walk toward the floating colors. Each one is an emotion searching for release, a memory seeking reorganization, a lesson preparing to unfold in the language of dream. Touch one. It dissolves into warmth. Touch another. It becomes sound. Touch a third. It becomes a door. Choose nothing. Let everything choose you. The dream gate opens when you surrender, not to sleep, but to trust. Softening into the dream. Lie down in the center of this chamber. Feel the surface beneath you as soft as breath, as fluid as light. Your body grows heavier. Your mind grows lighter. The boundary between them thins like mist. Breath slows. Muscles melt. Thought loosens. You are falling, but falling the way a feather falls. Not downwards, but inward. Into safety, into warmth, into the depth of your own being, where no fear can reach and no memory can harm. Here, the dream begins to shape itself around your resting awareness, like gentle hands weaving a blanket of vision. Let it come, let it take you, let it show you whatever the night knows you are ready to see. The medicine is already working. Returning to silence. Now the chamber dims. Colors fade. Light softens until nothing remains but peace. You are not sleeping yet. You are dissolving into darkness, but a darkness warm as velvet, quiet as snowfall. Into stillness, but a stillness alive, pulsing with unseen healing. Let everything drift away. Form, time, thought, identity, effort, story, questions, plans, longing. Let yourself be exactly what you have always been. Underneath every layer, awareness floating in the infinite quiet of its own existence. The night is ready to receive you. It knows your wounds. It knows your strengths. It knows how to dismantle the noise and rebuild the soul from the inside out. Trust its ancient intelligence. Trust its slow, careful hands. Trust the dream that is forming just beyond the edge of thought. You do not need to fall asleep. Sleep will rise to meet you. Like a tide returning to the shore, like a mother lifting a child, like the universe closing its eyes to remember itself once more. Let go, surrender, rest. The night is your medicine. The dream is your healer. Your soul is your home. And you are already drifting there on the quiet river of breath that leads into the luminous dark, where everything is safe, everything is whole, everything is beginning again. Good night, traveler. May your sleep be deep. May your dreams be wise. May your inner light guide you through the dark and back into the dawn.